Hello everybody, welcome back to our super clean code in Angular tutorial. This is part 3. In this tutorial we will try to add as much complexity as possible to our users list to see how well our setup will handle it. So this will be just a demonstration of our approach and our architecture and process, the capability of dealing with complexity, and I hope you will be convinced after this. Let's see what we have, where we left last time. So we left at a list of users that we can select all. When we select something, we enable a delete button that at the moment it still doesn't do anything, and we can search. All right. Let's try to add to this as much complexity as possible. To begin with, let's begin with solving a little inconsistency. As you can see, when not everything is selected, if I start from selecting everything and then I deselect something, the interface still is showing that everything is selected. Let's correct that. So to correct this, we need to make our action panel component aware whether or not everything is actually selected. So let's do that. In our action, let's create an input, and let's, oops. Oh, what's happening? Right, let's create an input and let's create it, let's name it is all selected. Alright, is all selected is a boolean, but actually it is a set input because we need to react to it. Is all selected, selected is boolean. How do we react to it? We need to set the checkbox to checked. To do this, we can use the form control. So this form get set value is all selected, and we don't need to propagate this value because we want this to just to be like a visual markup. We don't want to actually emit the select all event. To do this, we can use the options in the set value. Great, excellent. So we have our new input is all selected. Let's propagate it to the container and to the store. Right, because we know it's something that depends on something else, we put it directly in the combined selector section of our file. Now let's think about the logic. This one is pretty easy because it is all selected when the length of our selected users is equal to the length of our filter user that we are displaying. So we need to grab those. And we need to return whether filtered on length. It's selected the length. Okay, so let's see if we nailed it. Cannot read priority set. Pseudo select all. All right. Okay, so we select all. We deselect something. Oops. Select all. Something's going on here. Emit value is not well defined. Emit event. Init event. All right. It's Sunday, guys. I'm doing this for you, so I can select all and deselect something, and the indication is consistent now. Well done. Okay, but now there is a problem that I will take advantage of to explain you something. You see that if now I will try to use this checkbox to select all again, it will not work. I will have to, click, doesn't work. I deselect everything, and now I can do it. Why? Let's reason about that. Okay, now I'm giving it a select all true instruction. True. Okay. Now I deselect this, and now I need to give it another instruction true. Okay, and it doesn't go. I need to give it another false and then another true. Why is that? Because we need to be aware of how change detection work. Beginning from the set input. The set input, we only react to changes in value. So if I send 2 times true, it will only react to the first one. Another thing to take into consideration is that our selectors, inside our select method, there is a distinct until changed. So for example, our select all is a boolean. The observable will emit one time with the true, and then if I send another true, it will not go true because there is a distinct until changed. Okay, this is not a bug. This is actually a feature that will play at our advantage like 99% of the time. This is an edge case that that we need to bypass this thing until change, and it's something that is really easy to do because if instead of being a boolean this was an object, with a boolean inside, then when we change the value, we change the reference to the object, and this way we will bypass this thing until change that will not check inside the object. So let's change the structure on this and let's fix it. All right, check this boolean. Checked. All right. False. Okay. And in our list component, select all is not a boolean anymore, it's an object. Okay, and we need to react to the checked property. Okay, let's see if we nailed it. I select all, I deselect something, and I select again. Okay, now it's working. Great, excellent, very good. Now, let's add even more complexity. Let's say that I select something. The only way I have to deselect it is to select everything again and then to deselect it. So I don't like that, and I would like to have a button that enables me to clear the selection. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, yeah, another button before the delete. Clear. we have a new input, can clear, and a new method, clear. Let's add those to the class. Okay, and let's propagate it to the container. Can clear, yeah. Okay. All right. And this also is going to be a combined observable. Okay, when can I clear something? I can clear if there is something to clear. So I can clear when there is something selected. So I need my selected users. And then if everything is selected, I can deselect all with the checkbox, deselect all. So I don't need to show, don't need to enable this action when everything is selected. So let's grab also that information. Okay, let's react to those. So selected. So selected, and let's say that selected length and right. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, now I have it, but if I select all, it will disappear, and if I deselect all also. Okay, great, it seems to work. Let's fix the layout there. Okay, set the gap. Let's make this out. Okay, good. Let's actually make it delete stuff, delete the selection. So let's handle this clear event here. So let's say that this clear.emit, a new output, clear. Let's handle it in the container. Class. Oops. Okay, let's add it in the store. Okay, what should happen when this clear? Basically, we need to deselect all, and we can use this by, we can make this happen by changing the state of select all. That is what controls for us the selection of all. So let's say that this patch state select all checked false, and then also for safety I'm also going to tell it to reset the selected users. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, select something, deselected, it's not working. Ah, it's not working, why? Okay, let's address it. I'm sure it's some kind of typo. Click, alright, clear. Let's copy paste. It's Sunday, clear, it's clear, emit, clear, emit, emit, clear, emit, clear, that's why. Alright, let's see. Ta-da! Yes, I can deselect my items. Okay. When everything is selected, I don't need to use it. Okay. Great. You see how easy we are adding complexity and consistency here. Let's think about something else. Let's think about the fact that yeah, you see, this is a bug because we are filtering out our filter list. So the filter list is as nothing, but also the selected as nothing. So there is an error in the logic of our is all selected. It's all selected. We need to first check if there is something in the filter list. So filtered length. Okay, this should not happen anymore. All right, yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. All right, then I noticed also something else. In this case, select all should not be enabled because I have nothing to select. All right, so let's try to and then it leads to some inconsistency because I shouldn't be able to select it. So let's say I don't want to control this too manually, so let's just set a rule that if there is nothing to select, I cannot select all. Okay, so let's handle this in the component. So let's say that there is a new input that is called CanSelect, and it is a set input. I need to react to it. Input CanSelect boolean. All right. So let's say that if CanSelect, I need to enable the form control. So this form get select all, enable, else, copy paste, disable. All right, so let's propagate this to the store. Select. All right. Another combined observable. This index.select what I can select if there is something to select. So I need to take my selected, my filtered users, this, oops. All right. Now, if there is nothing to select, I should have this button disabled. All right, yes, perfect. And if there is something to select, I can select all. Great. So we are making this interface much more intelligent and consistent. Let's what else we can add here? All right, we can add, for example, what if I select something and I want to filter by selection? Okay, so let's add another button that will enable me to do just that. Okay, so let's add a button. Clear, and I can filter. Will be disabled if I cannot filter by selection, and on click I will filter by selection. All right, okay, we have a new input and a new method. Let's add them. Okay. Another boolean. All right, and let's propagate this in the container. I'm trying to work out like a way that I can do this the fastest possible. So okay, and let's add it here. Okay. Now a container. And in our store, another combined selector. All right. You know, guys, on this one, I think we need to take it. Now it's getting quite complicated. All right. Now we are introducing another filter, another filtering option. Okay. So let's leave this suspended, and let's say that this is true. This is always enabled. Okay. Let's think about how to organize our filtering. All right. So I think we're gonna have now another filtering type. Here's our nice button. So we can filter by search, and we will be able to filter by selection, or the list will not be filtered at all. So let's do something. Let's be systematic about it. So let's create a new. Let's call it filter type, and can have as a value known or search or selection. Okay, so we have this. Now we can make our filter user deriving from this. So if the filter type is none, then the filter users is equal to the users. If filter type is search, we need to filter by the search term. If filter type is by selection, our filter user will be the one selected. So let's do that. To do that, we need to have a property in the state. So filter type, subtype filter type, and we can create a selector. Type, filter type. Okay, oops. The type, filter type. All right. Okay. We also need to initialize it. Filter type. All right. So now we have our selector. So now we can refactor our filter users. The one that we've written now are the one written filtered by search. So filtered by search are this one. And now our real filter user, filtered users, will depend on our filter type. So let's say this filter type and these users and these selected users and these filtered by search. Right, let's grab them all. So filter type, users, selected, and filtered by search. Okay, how our logic is gonna look like. We're gonna switch the filter type. Filter type. All right. Case filter type none. What do we need to return? The users. Right? Return users. Then case filter type is search. We need to return our filter by search. Then case filter type selection, need to return the selected users. Okay, so let's see if we broke anything here. If I search my area, yes, it's still not working. Why? Because when I'm sending my search term, okay, so I also need to change the filter type. So let's say that filter type right, let's do like that. Let's just give it, let's give it like this because it's a little bit more complicated than that, but let's just say filter type search. Okay, so I would say the filter type is search, so our filtered user will be the filter by search user. Yes, it's working now. Okay, right. Okay, then I can say that when I select all, no, it's okay. Then, right, so now we are in a better position to handle this select by selection, this filter by selection. So when we click this button, we need to switch to filter type selection. So let's do that. All right, I don't remember where we left handling. Okay, like this limit filter by selection dot limit. We don't have output filter by selection. Okay, let's propagate it. Okay. Right. What's going to happen when I'm ordered to filter by selection? We need to patch state, filter type, selection, and it should work. So if I select something and I filter by selection, great, excellent, very, 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 very good. Okay, now let's think about the other thing that are going wrong in here. Okay, now things are getting quite complicated, guys. Right, I have this, I can filter, but then when I deselect all, it gets emptied because I didn't change it into none. So maybe when I deselect all, if I deselect all and there is filter by selection, then I need to give it none, right? So when we do date select all, and this is like something interesting here, because now we're gonna use another method of the store, which is get, because now we need to understand, before we execute dispatch state, we need to understand what is the current filter type. So let's say const current filter type is equal to this get state dot filter type. Okay, and then we need to reason about it. So we said that if it is selection, I need to put it to null. Okay, so const type equal current filter type selection. Then I need to return filter type none. Okay, what happens if it's not selection? I will just leave it the current. Okay, I will just leave it the current. So then when I patch the state, I also will patch the filter type. Alright, let's see if that corrects the issue. So I select here, filter, select all, yes, perfect. Okay, so easy guys, it's just so easy. Alright, okay, now what else can we do? Let's add another button for deselecting, okay? Because I selected, but right, yes, I have a button for deselecting it. I mean a button for unfiltering them, okay? So like an unfilter button, okay? And the unfilter button, it would be good if applies also to my Maria search. So if I have my Maria search, rather than having to delete it, I can just click the button and will clear the filtering. Okay, so let's add this button. Okay, no, thank you. Right. Okay, so this one, and all right, let's see what we have. Okay, so we have an unfilter button. So here it is disabled if I can unfilter, but I said unfilter, and that's it. Unfilter. Okay. And yeah, I will have an unfilter event. Okay, can unfilter and unfilter event. Right, so can unfilter and unfilter event. Right. Okay. Let's implement first this unfilter event. So this emit filter emit filter emit unfilter. Okay, so our container filter filter this store filter. Unfilter. Right. So what our unfilter has to do? It needs to clear the selection. So it needs to do this, the filtering. So this patch state. Filter type none. Okay, now let's see if it works. If I have my Maria, alright, because it is disabled obviously, so let's say that can unfilter equal true, just so they can play with, just so that we can play with it. Okay, so our Maria, and then I filter. Great. But there is another thing, that Maria stayed here. I don't want that. So I want to actually make this one consistent. But let's see it in a second. Let's see if it works also if I filter here and unfilter. Yes, it filter and unfilter. Great. Okay, let's address the inconsistency here with the text. So let's say that here where we have we are here phone control name. So let's give it value. So let's make another set input. Input search value or search term is a set input. Term is a string, and whenever we receive it, we need to set the phone control. Is for.get search set value term emit event false. Okay, because once again it's just like for visual consistency. So we have a new input here, search term. So let's add it. Okay, and here. Okay. No. Search term we have already. Search term we have already in our store. So let's just expose it. So search term search term. All right. So that when my selection, whenever my selection stops being by search, like here for example, when I unselect this, I need to reset the search term also. Okay, so let's say that stop. Okay. When I unfilter, let's also say that search term nothing. Okay, so let's see if it works. Yeah. All right, it works. Great. So I can filter, I can unfilter. Okay, so now we could actually control the logic a little bit better also, like it's redundant to have these two, and also here is not what it is selecting. It's selecting nothing, so there is a bug. There is a bug. Yes, because this should be disabled if there is nothing selected. So in fact, let's resume our can filter by selection. Let's disable this if cannot be filtered by selection. So this cannot be filtered by selection, so this select when there is no selected. These selected users .length. All right, let's see if everything is consistent. Okay, I cannot filter. Now I can filter because there is something selected. Great. I cannot filter. Right. Now I cannot do it anymore. Great. All right. Oops, something strange happened here. Click here. Okay. Oh yeah. Because it's nothing strange. He's right. Because if I start, if I have these three selected, and I filter the view, if I deselect them, they will disappear from the view. And if I deselect all, I have nothing, but still this is indicating me that I have a filter. Okay, that the view is filtered. So to view again everything, I need to click on it. So let's think about when we need to deselect this. This needs to deselect when the view is not, when the view is filter. So when the filter type is different than none. So we say that can unfilter. We have the can unfilter. In our container, we have can unfilter. Did we put it somewhere here? Can unfilter? No, we didn't propagate it here. So let's do that. Okay, can filter. Yeah. Filter, filter, can unfilter here into the container. This store can unfilter. What's the problem? Yep. Another combined selector is equal to this select. Okay, I can unfilter if this dot filter type, take the value, filter type, if filter type, if like this, type is different than filter type dot none. Okay, so if there is any filtering, I cannot filter, otherwise not. So now there is no filtering. Now I can filter by selection, and I can also unfilter. Okay. Okay. If I remove this, there is still filter. Oh, this is so intelligent. It's great. So Maria. Okay, I can unfilter. Okay, great guys. I think it works. And I hope this is like a demonstration of how much complexity you can handle with this approach, with this architecture, and with this process. If let's make a recap of our containers, our components. Let's see how tidy they are. You know, really tidy. Our list super tidy, class super tidy, except this copy paste. The container is super elegant, right? Here also the class, except for these users, and the store is handling a lot of complexity, but still look how neat and clean it is. So I hope this convinces you of the quality of this approach, of this architecture, and of this process. Next time we will try to make it more real life by dealing with async data and effects. Okay, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye bye.